Phillies are looking to bounce back tonight against the Colorado Rockies. Look at the smile on that guy. He got himself a baseball. Here's the Phillies lineup brought to you by the Xfinity 10G Network. The future starts now. Bryson Stott leads it off.
Side on the left-handers and away on the right mostly, but he will mix in a whole battery of pitches.
Brandon Marsh leads it off. Well, one of those lines went right back at him and knocked his hat off.
Yeah, that's right.
Off the bat of Teoscar Hernandez. Yeah, he was fortunate.
Really lucky.
Marsh 0 for 2 with a couple of walks yesterday. He's hit 17 of 18. To the right side, Crone backhands it to Davis, covering and just in time. We had one out here in the second.
Yeah, so far Davis is keeping these guys off the barrel, and he's limping a little bit after busting it down there. Hopefully he didn't do anything serious. Paul Buchheit, the trainer, probably get right to him to see how he's feeling. Can't come up with it. They drop an error on him.
Yeah, that is the second error for the Rockies tonight. Climbing the charts. 16th of the season. Fouled away.
I just keep getting the feeling that all they need to do is punch one run across the plate, and it'll open up the floodgates. It's just been so long. I mean, 16 innings now.
Ground ball right side. There's a base hit. It's a right field. Castellanos will hold up at second. That puts runners on first and second with nobody out.
That's something you just haven't seen a lot of prior to this season because of the shift rule. And for him to hook this ball into the corner, I mean, Marshy does a heck of a job of taking this little sinker and punching it to the right side. And that, as a left-handed hitter, that's, your eyes are wide open and gaping when you have that hole to work with, and that's exactly what he did. Hooked it in there, and we got some action.
Yeah, he's now reached base safely. Bounces it toward the third base bag. McMahon's got it. Cave is safe. Marsh scores. It's a 3-2 game.
Well, the shift take it and give it away. I mean, this is one of those situations where Jake Cave is just desperately trying to put the ball in play and does a nice job. As you said, Tom, I mean, he flipped that ball over there. It's exactly what it did. All he wanted to do is make contact. It's kind of an excuse me swing, but sometimes that's all it takes, and that's a huge RBI for Jake Cave. And a really good read there by JT Realmuto, and I don't think there's going to be any play at all. Had a ton of success in Milwaukee for several years.
Down and away, 1-0.
What makes him very difficult against the left-hander, number one, he starts on the very far tip of the rubber that's closest to the first base side.
Yeah, just barely touches it.
Yeah, it gives him a tough angle for the lefties. I always wondered why more left-handers don't do this, because that crossfire is just so difficult to be able to stay in on when you're a left-handed hitter. See him standing there right there with his heel on the rubber.
That is out of the zone. It's 2-1.
The other part of his funkiness is the fact that he has a very high front side. So he throws that glove at you, and then that quick arm. Even though he doesn't, throw out super hard, he's somewhere between 89 and 90 or 91 with his fastball. It has the illusion of being much faster because it gets on you. You just can't see the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, I was surprised the Brewers let him go. That was fairly close to the last pitch. It's 3-1. Here we go.
And you see the deliveries, kind of see that hand come out, that glove come up just before his arm comes through there, and that's part of the deception.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul.
Ooh, we got a nasty cut at that one.
3-2. Marsh began tonight second in Major League Baseball and first in the National League in slugging percentage. Matt Chapman from the Blue Jays At the top of that list. And outside, ball 4. Well, so much for lefty on lefty. The Phils will have first and second with 2 outs.
Really a terrific at-bat by Brandon Marsh, getting ahead, staying in the at-bat, fouling off a pitch or two, and he spit on that slider.
That ball got a piece of Diaz. Home plate umpire is going to give him a few moments. Lamet came on for Suter. Suter went an inning and a third. No hits, no runs. 2 walks and a strikeout. And now the 0-2 pitch coming to Marsh. Fly ball down the left field line, slicing toward the tarp and over it. Boy, Profar really does still play shallow out left field.
And from what I've seen, he's a pretty good athlete. He does struggle with some of the balls over his head. I've seen him sort of misplay some balls in the past when he was in San Diego, and I guess he feels confident enough to be able to get there. Kind of odd, especially with the way Marsh has been driving the ball the opposite way.
There we go, out toward left, and he's going back on it. Profar is, and dives, and he made the catch. So being that shallow and shaded kind of saved him, and he's able to finish off this inning.
He's not a small kid.
There's a broken bat, looper out towards center. Marsh, he can't get it. He plays it on 1 hop, and he gets the throw in from his backside. And Chris Bryant's now hit it 19. That one's out towards center off the end of the bat. Here comes Marsh. He's not going to get it. He'll play it on a hop. There's just not much you could do about that.
Yeah, really, and neither one of those plays. And actually, nice job on the first hit there by Chris Bryant of Marshy pulling the chute and kind of making sure that doesn't get past him. And then in this play, it's just off the end of the bat. Again, it's not barreled up. He's just, he finds the garden out there in center field.
Out to center field, Marsh floats over for it, makes the catch. Broke his bat, out toward third. Sosa, yes! Edmundo finishes the last 2 outs off. And the Phillies come from behind, and they win it 4-3. It's nice to have Edmundo back.
Anthony Dominguez and Jose Alvarado to shut it down. Got just enough runs to put them ahead, and super comeback win, and we snatched one from them.
Yeah, big time. Phillies had been 1-9 when the other team scores first. So thank you. Diego, while Edmundo gets doused, well, you do too. Diego, don't you love being part of this?
He deserves it.
Don't you love this?
I didn't do anything.
It's got a little cold.
Yeah, Edmundo, Sosa, and Diego Atedgi. What a night for the Phils. They come from behind. They win it by a final score of 4-3. Our next broadcast.